look at the movie star, Kylie, with her sunglasses on.
Piper says, get moving now.
Move it, move it, move it. Okay, we're back. They're doing work around the corner. Forever. I had someone ask me how we ended up living so close together.
Because she couldn't live without me.
No, that's not really it.
I moved in first.
But I was in my other house in Clinton Township. We don't live there anymore, so I can say that. And she gets annoyed when I say when we live. You don't know where I live now. Anyway, and my mother was living with me, and she was having some ill health, and so Denise bought a house down the street from me, which was probably about 10 houses.
Good
you think?
Sister and daughter that I was.
Yes, and so she helped me with my mom. My sister Mary didn't live that far either.
And then she helped, but she worked. I had kids. I wasn't working.
She had a daycare.
Well, that was my job.
Yeah, and then when she moved out here, my mom was obviously still living with me, and I wanted to live close by Denise because I wanted her to still help me. And look out for the Piper.
I got a hold of her.
She's gonna go crazy. But and so I went looking at houses, and the house that I ended up getting, we're gonna wait till this truck passes because we're gonna have the dog go crazy.
Yes.
And the loudness of the truck. They're putting in a built-in pool, so there's
Piper.
She didn't disappoint. And so then I looked at this house, and I really liked it, but I really didn't pay that much attention to how close it was to Denise. And we probably looked at about 10 or 15 other houses, but we came back to this house 3 times. And on the 3rd time, I decided this was my house. And then when I was sitting on the deck, I was looking out over the backyard, and then I noticed 3 houses over. Denise's house.
And I'd have to tell you, when I saw this particular house, up to that point, Gary and I had been looking. We wanted to move where there was kids, small kids, because we lived in an older neighborhood and there was no kids. But anyway, and when we pulled in here, it was like a movie set. I think I've told you that before. And so with the minute we walked in the front door of this house, we both looked at each other. We hadn't seen anything of the inside, the backyard, anything. We said, this is the house. We just knew. So it's like, you know or you don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
It took her 3 times. I was like immediately the first time.
Well, I knew the first time I went in I liked it, but I didn't want to buy the very first house I looked at.
Well, that wasn't the first house we had looked at.
Yeah, it was the first house I looked at in this neighborhood. But I had called her. She was in California, I think.
Yep.
On her way to Disneyland.
Yep.
And I told her, I said, I'm looking at your house from my house. So anyway, that's how we ended up getting so close. We're kind of trying to get my sister Mary to move out this way, but that's not going to happen.
And then I'll be moving eventually because I'm not staying here forever.
She wants to get a house by the water.
Yes.
Obviously,
that's my dream. We'll
obviously,
see.
Look at the coastline of Michigan and figure out where Denise lives now.
It could be anywhere.
It's like where's Waldo?
Yeah, it could be anywhere.
I'll let you know. No. You know I will.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, August 6th. Just sitting here watching some YouTube videos. Got back from my walk. Did a little bit of house cleaning. Did some laundry. And so now we're just chillaxing. Thinking about breakfast. I think I'm only going to eat 2 meals today. I'm going to have meatloaf for dinner. And I'm going to have scalloped potatoes, which are going to be high in points. And I had that extra piece of pizza yesterday. So I have to be a little bit more cautious today because I want to have a loss this week for sure. But today is Jules. I'm messing up your name, Jules. I'm messing up your name. But today's her birthday. She's 11 years old. Oh my gosh. She's Ange over at Smack Vision's daughter. So you know that Jules is getting a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jules. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. I was afraid I'd shake the camera too much. It's also Jeff, and his channel name is SP Spaz, S-P-A-Z-Z. Today's Jeff's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And we have 2 anniversaries today. Mary and Larry Knowles, it's their anniversary today. I think it's their 43rd, if my memory serves me right, because I could be wrong, but I think it's their 43rd. But Mary and Larry, you get a song. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, happy anniversary. And it's also Susie Buey and her husband Mark. It's their anniversary today, too. So, they're going to get a song, too. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you both have a happy anniversary. Both Mary and Larry and Susie and Mark. I hope you have a great day. Seeing this, look at this Kleenex box. This is Jim's Kleenex box. Because my cousin Lynn gave it to him because it's got deer on it. So I have to keep refilling it. I said I went to throw it away one time. He goes, "You can't throw that away. That's my Kleenex box." So I just refill it as he's using it. What else was I going to tell you? Well, the car dealership called and they said that I told you that they lost the spare key. So they called to say that the key, they can't find the key. So we have to go over there today when Jim gets off of work so they can cut a new key and program it to the truck. And they said it takes about 40 minutes. And then we have to sign some paperwork for the title. I was wondering why we haven't got the title yet. So we got to sign some paperwork for that. And then yesterday in the mail, I got a bill from the EMS for when they were called to the site when Jim had his accidente. And thankfully, at the same time, I got a letter from the insurance company telling me where all the money went and I had my claim number, because otherwise I would have had to call and, get the claim number and all that. So I sent that back in because our car insurance should cover that. We'll be fine with that. But I was kind of surprised. When I first saw it, I thought it was for the EMS back in April. I'm thinking, geez, oh, Pete, remember when I had my little incident when the EMS came? I never got a bill. So I don't know if because it was during COVID that they weren't, I don't know, because they're always saying that the cities are short on money and stuff like that. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe they aren't charging people. Or maybe out of the blue I'm going to get a bill. I don't know. We'll see. And what else? I don't know. I'm just feeling so anxious to get so close. I mean, I'm so close to my 100 pounds, I'm getting really anxious now. So I'm really trying to be really cautious of what I'm eating and being really aware of what's going on in my day-to-day food choosings. And although I've already wrote in my book what I'm going to have for breakfast, and I know it's a little high in carbs because I'm going to have some bacon and eggs, and I'm going to have a half of a bagel with some Laughing Cow cheese, and then my fruit. I know I eat too much fruit. I really do. But my thinking is, I used to eat that much in cookies and cakes and donuts and pastries. A cheese Danish. Oh, that's my favorite. A cheese Danish. I love a cheese Danish. And we know I love donuts. What is kind of nice about, you always got to look for the good in things, the good and bad things. Well, the pandemic is bad. It really is bad. But the good thing that came out of it is when I do go and grocery shop, you can't buy an individual donut anymore. You have to buy 6, because they do them, but they do 6 of them. And I'll be honest with you, I still go over there because I think if they got just one of my favorite donut, which is the plain donut with the sugar and the cinnamon sprinkles on it, that I'll buy the whole 6. I know that. And I think that they know that too, so they don't put it in there. So they're doing me a favor. They're doing me a big favor. And I was always tempted just to get, it's just one donut. I'm not going to buy 6, but I'll buy 1. So that's working out for me. And then as much as I don't like waking up early to go for a walk, because Denise does call me to wake me up. She called me this morning, and I must have been sleeping the wrong way, and both of my hands were asleep, and I couldn't pick up my phone. I couldn't move my hands. And it kept ringing and ringing, and I'm thinking, she's thinking I'm oversleeping, and it's just the fact I can't get my hands to move. And I finally got my hands to move, and I answered, and she says, well, I thought you were not going to wake up. And I go, no, I'm awake. And then I told her I just couldn't get my hands to work. So we walked. I mean, I do enjoy my walks, and I do like walking with somebody. I just don't like getting up. And you'd think I would go to bed a little earlier, but I don't. I still go to bed around 2 o'clock and I get up at 8 o'clock. Not to say that I don't fall asleep in the chair sometimes, but other than that, what do I got to do? I might as well just go for my walk. I always say I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to take a nap in the bed later on today, and I never do. Okay, well, I'm going to watch some more YouTube videos. So far, I've watched Anita over at Chit Chat Paddywhack. And, Anita, I agree with you. I was so nervous going to my niece's graduation party. If she would have been not a special needs, because she's special needs and so she can't understand anything, she just knows that she graduated, and when you graduate, you have a party. So I did make a point of going. I was very safe. I wore a mask. I kept my distance from everybody, even though it was family, because you hear so much on the news that, like they went to a family event and like 8 or 10 people in the family get sick. Brought my own chair, didn't eat any food, brought my own water, my own drink, and I stayed about an hour. But she was so excited when she saw me. She saw me drive by because she was out in front of the house. And when we had to park a couple houses down, and when I got out, she come running down the street. She was just so excited that I had come to her party. And I couldn't miss that for the world. I really couldn't. But Anita's a little nervous about going to Julie over at Living Large on Lifetime getting married, and so she's a little nervous about going to her wedding. I can understand Anita. I really can. And then I watched Kim with a girl on her phone. And Kim, I'm still praying for you to get over your loss of your niece. I know how hard that is. And you did really well in your video. I know you were a little teary at the beginning, but you reined it back in, which... I have no problem watching other people cry. It's just that I don't think I should cry. And I know, I hear you. Da, 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 da. You don't need to tell me. I know all of that. But, it was the way I was brought up. It was just, not that I couldn't show emotions and feelings and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Denise, the younger ones were brought up completely different than the older ones. If you're from a large family, I'm curious, did you have the same dynamic that the two oldest, like my brother Michael and I are the oldest. My sister Sue, but she's passed now. But the three of us were like the oldest. Like I was born in 50, Mike was born in 52, Susie was born in 53. And then the next set didn't come till 57, 58, and 60. And the second set were treated differently than the first set. But being the oldest, I was expected to do the most. And I was expected to be the most responsible, and I was responsible for everybody else. And it was just different. And I'm just curious if anybody is from a larger family, if they had the same issues as that, because that's just what I grew up around. I know that all of my mother's sisters and brothers had large families, and I noticed the same dynamic, that the older ones were responsible for the younger ones. You went to a picnic, and then you always saw the older ones taking care of the littler ones. That's just the way it was. And that's the way it was. I think I'm being possessed by Walter Cronkite lately, because I quote him a lot. Okay, let's think about having breakfast, because it's getting close to breakfast time, especially since I'm only eating 2 meals. So I gotta get it in. And I will talk to you at breakfast. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Breakfast, we're going to have bacon and eggs and half of a bagel with some fruit, cup of tea. Today is Thursday, August 6th. My quote is, sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same thing. That's an 8-point breakfast, 4 points for my half of a bagel, 1 point for my Laughing Cow cheese, 3 points for my 4 slices of bacon, and 0 for my egg, tea, watermelon, berries. I'm going to eat the banana later. So I have 15 points left for my lunch and dinner. Well, we did end up having the meatloaf and scalloped potatoes for dinner, and I had a dinner roll and my lemonade mixture. So I went a little bit over. It was good. It was good though. And then we had gone earlier because we had to sign the papers for our title, and they made the key. Took about half an hour, the spare key. And so now I'm just sitting outside. I'm gonna hopefully finish my book and then go in and watch a little bit of TV. It's So what'd you guys think of Big Brother? You know, it's better than nothing because there's nothing really on to watch. But it's always hard at the beginning because you got to remember who they were and how they played and all that. So we'll see. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. And as always, stay safe. Talk to you guys tomorrow.